Hello, my name is Gabriel Garcia de la Cadena. I am a current freshman at GC Grand Canyon University. I am currently studying history in order to become a teacher. I want to one day become a history teacher in high school. The point of this video I'm recording right now is so that I can show my disposition, my qualities I believe that are good, that qualify me to become a good teacher, qualities I feel I need to work on personally in order to be a successful teacher when I start, and qualities I believe every teacher should possess. These are the three questions I'm here to answer today. Now, the first question: what qualities do I believe I possess that are really good? Dispositions, to be exact. I believe one of my best dispositions is understanding. I believe I'm very, very understanding of a student's situation. Whether they be religious, uh, personal, or, educational. I am willing to, as a teacher, work around my students. If they have an issue mentally, such as me growing up, ADHD, they have that. I'm willing to work the best that I can to help those students. If they have a problem that happened personally, family member died, I'm not going to be a stickler. I'm not going to say, hey, too bad, you should have done an assignment. I'm a very understanding person. If I have a student who just for some religious reason, can't do a certain thing, or, has to stop because of something, I'm willing to work around that. I have been in many situations growing up where I've just been told too bad. You know, you should have done it this way or got it done. I understand exactly how those students feel. My second thing is, what do I feel I need to work on? I think one of the things that is a big problem for me is also works in with the first question. My very understanding and kindness can be a double edged blade. It really can. I can probably see myself being used by students as a way to get around doing assignments, getting extended times. And, I'm already working on that actually. I'm working on seeing through lies if a student were to lie to me, such as when friends lie to me about things, to try to get me to do stuff for them. In high school, I let that happen a lot. Um, and right now, I'm working on that so that I could be a successful teacher when I come back. I think another thing I might be able to need to work on is I can be a little short tempered sometimes. I can be, and this has been more of a recent development, and I am actually getting help for it already. I do have ADHD, and sometimes I can get overwhelmed stimulus wise, and it just causes me to have a short temper. I'm currently working on going through that. I'm thinking about taking on medication to help with that, and I think that by the time I'm going to school, I will have improved tremendously the situation for myself. Now, the third question is, what qualities do I believe every teacher should possess? Whether you're a professor, whether you're a high school teacher, even an elementary teacher, middle school teacher, it doesn't matter. I think one of the most important things is charisma and a sense of humor. Now, I know this sounds weird because why would you need that as a teacher? Shouldn't it be, having knowledge of your topic you're teaching or not? That should come already as a teacher. You should already know your topic you're going to be teaching. Now, the big problem is you know, you can't just know a topic and just teach it. And I've gone too many times where I've met teachers and all they do is sit there and just say, read out this textbook. It's not teaching. They know the stuff, and you can go and ask them questions, and they'll answer it for you. But that's it. Maybe someone will have a nice PowerPoint that's pretty bland, and there you go. And then they'll lecture you a bit. That's teaching, but it's not good teaching. Students don't feel engaged. Students will zone out. Students will just hate the classroom to some degree. I think what you need to do is have a sense of humor. Try to engage with your students. The more you engage, the more the students will pay attention to you. I believe that every teacher should be comfortable with their students, be willing, not to say be unprofessional, of course not, but there's nothing wrong with, joking around every now and then, or maybe going a little off topic to tell a little history fact. Like in my case, I'm going to become a history teacher. You know, you don't have to just stick to that topic you're going to be teaching constantly. Go a little off topic. Tell maybe talk about some interesting facts around that time period that was going on that's not directly with your topic. Stuff that's funny. Create engaging projects in class. Such as an example, when I was learning about the stock market crash back in high school, my teacher decided to explain it through uh, a game. He actually had us all stand around and he made a chart. We were stock market people. We were selling stocks, buying stocks in companies, and we went through about a week's worth of stocks. Every day the stocks went up or down, and we would buy and sell as we need. And we had no idea that the stock market was going to crash. Now, the only people who knew were, based on the time period, were history buffs, such as myself. I mean, I wouldn't consider myself a history buff, but I knew a lot. And I knew that something was up. So, turns out I was right. On the last day before the stock market crash, I had sold all my stocks. And so I had nothing but a hefty amount of cash when the stock market crashed. Now, a lot of students didn't at first get it. They thought the idea was to win because you had the most stocks or the most amount of money. What they don't realize is when your stocks are worth nothing, you have no money. And this actually taught a lot of people, students, like how detrimental the stock market crash was. You know, yeah, there were people who were rich, and they were very rich, but there was a lot of people affected. It wasn't just the workers; it was the people who, the companies and everything. We've really hammered through that issue. That's what I mean. Like when you have charisma and you have a sense of humor, you can, uh, you're more than just the teacher that's teaching the textbook. You want to become the teacher that, if that students recommend freshmen or undergrad other students to go to you for certain subjects, or if you're teaching multiple subjects in high school, so to speak, and it goes through many years, such as you teach a freshman class, a junior class, and a senior class. You want that feeling of your students who are like, I want that teacher. I want to go back to him right away. Uh, and that is a good feeling as a teacher, because that just shows you're doing such a good job, and these students are learning. And that's why I believe like that qualities, those two, are more important, because, like I said, knowledge comes from college, from when you come to that classroom to teach. As a teacher, you better know that. That's not a quality that needs to be, that's important. What's important is being able to connect with your students. Humor is one of the best ways to do it. I had couple history teachers who made the funniest PowerPoints. That is important. And I think that's something that needs to be driven home more teaching in college for teachers. Is I think people don't realize, how important that connection with your student is. A lot of people take psychology, teachers were forced to take psychology, and they say, hey, now I know what it is, but it's not that simple. It really isn't. Just because you understand the mind doesn't mean you understand the student. And that's a very, very important thing. Like that, that's to wrap it up. I know I spent a lot more time on the last question, but I believe the last question is the one that had the most important part to explain. You just can't simply just say have these two things and you're good. No, you need to explain why, because I think it's something that a lot of teachers need to learn, and I hope a lot more teachers learn it as we move forward as a society. That we need to change the way we teach. As we've seen that our education is, for a lot of people, is starting to go down. There's a lot of people who go to school and they're still illiterate when they come out of high school. That's crazy. And I think I have part of it too. I think part of it is based on the way teachers are teaching now. We have so many teachers who just want to give you a textbook and relax and not do anything. And that's not real teaching. I think real teaching involves a lot of engagement. And that's all I have to say. My name is Gabriel Garcia de la Cadena. Like I said, I'm a student at GCU, and I hope whoever see this may, whether they